So last year, I made a decision. And this episode, we're back with what it looked like to follow through with that decision. We gonna go and get into it. This is what following Jesus looked like for me. So when I made the decision last year to follow Jesus, I don't think I knew exactly what that would look like. At the time, my grandma had passed away 6 months ago. Maybe I was looking for a comforter. I needed better ways. I needed better ways to get through my grief. And I went to God. And y'all already know that because I already told y'all that in the previous episodes. But at the time when I made that decision, like I said, I was looking for a comforter. And I don't know what I thought following Jesus would look like. The examples I had was my grandmother, my grandfather, people in the church or things like that. But for myself, I didn't know what it would look like. I didn't know what I was asking for, honestly. When you really decide to follow Jesus, baby, you be ready. Seeking, you shall find. You gonna find him. And when you decide to follow him, he gonna get you all the way together. So, for me, I was looking for a comforter. And I found him. And I found a provider. I found a protector. I found Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Jireh, the Redeemer of time. I found my Father, the love from my Father. And I felt compelled to make the announcement publicly that I was following Jesus because I've always wanted my life to be a reflection of, for people. Just like I don't give up through my stuff. And I always just wanted my life to be a reflection of that for others. Not knowing that God was going to do all these. Not knowing that I was going to go to him at this time. Because I was saying this when I was in the world. So, yeah, I wasn't prepared. So when I reflect on the reality of what saying yes to the call looked like, it definitely got harder, and it made me realize that following Jesus does not remove the struggle. You're still gonna struggle. If somebody tell you go to God, you're gonna be fine, everything will be all right, they're lying to you, you will struggle. You will still struggle. You will struggle with things mentally, physically. You're gonna struggle. But God makes the struggle meaningful. Like, it's purposeful. And following Jesus, saying yes to the call, things got harder for me. Convictions, when I tell you, whom the Lord love, he chastens. Baby, my convictions, I can't play around with y'all. I can't do that type of stuff. Baby, the convictions hit me so heavy. I treat people wrong. That made me feel bad. God convicts me. And I'm appreciative of that. Become more appreciative of his convictions because he just getting me together. You know right from wrong, girl. You know that ain't right. Do right. All right now, little girl, because he's my Father. Get it together. And I get it together. But yeah, my convictions, they definitely got harder. Things that I was usually okay with doing no longer became okay. No, I can't do that. Dealing with people definitely got harder because when you on Jesus' side, when you on God's side, you see it. You see things how he see it. He literally changes your perception. He changes your vision. He turned the light on. Shine the light on them. But no, for real. When he does that, you realize, like, these people ain't operating. This ain't right. The fruit ain't speaking. And that ain't judging. That's checking the fruit. And it's like, we're supposed to still be loving to these type of people. That's what the Bible calls, that's what God calls us to do in his word. Love your enemies. Love those who persecute you, who despitefully use you. Love your neighbor as yourself. So, loving people in spite of who they are, how they behave, how they carry themselves, that has been really hard. That has been really hard for me. That got even harder because when I'm in midst, you know what I'm saying? We miss it together. You dirty, I'm dirty. And I'm not saying that I'm all the way clean, but if you're in Christ, you are a new creature. So I'm new. Old have gone astray. So dealing with people was hard for me. People being family, people being just people. It don't matter. Take the title off of it. You're still a person. So that got really hard dealing with people and seeing people for, like, I see deeper than what you're showing me. I see through the mask. And I can't help that. But even though I see through that and see through you, I still have to love you and handle you properly. That ain't easy. That's why y'all mean and nasty. Motherhood definitely got harder because I'm trying to teach you and I'm learning stuff myself. God is convicting me. I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to make sure you're coming up right. I've been asking God for patience. I've been tested. You folks is messing with my kid at school. Like, it did not get easier. I thought it was. I was going to be a great bomb mom. Me and Karan, we were going to be, and we're good. We're good now at the end of the wrap up. But throughout the year, definitely, because he's seeing my walk. He's seeing me change. He's seeing the difference. The closer I grow to God, it got harder before it got easier. Because he would correct it. He would correct, and he was correcting up in his house. And my habits also got harder because he convicts me. I'm still smoking Black and Miles. I still smoke. I still smoke because I still struggle with that. Because I'm not saying that God didn't deliver me from it right away. Well, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? I haven't fully surrendered that to God, because what I've learned through this journey is sometimes I just want to hold on to a little piece of myself. And that's a me thing. Ain't got nothing to do with, that's me. That's me being honest. And I've been smoking for so long that it has become, I don't even like smoking. I do not like smelling like that. I don't. And that, as we're rearing to the end of the year, that conviction has definitely been heavy for me, the smoking. So it ain't gonna be easy peasy. You gonna stop everything, be good, everything. No. It's gonna get harder. It's gonna get harder. And speaking on habits and the smoking, I kind of thought like that would magically change. Like, okay, God, I don't want to smoke. I know you go, and he will, but I ain't even got faith that I'm gonna start smoking. Be it unto you by your faith. Y'all, that's a me thing, but I can be honest. And I think that we as believers, we as Christians, we need to be honest about these things, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy. And sometimes God calls you to be obedient and you don't know what it look like. If there's no clarity behind it. He said do this, so you do it. He said say this, so you say it. And you see what happens after that. Doubt. Doubt will always rear its ugly head. Doubting yourself, doubting others, doubting God. It's so easy to doubt. I've learned that through this journey. It is so easy to doubt. It be so quick. I ought to do this. No, I ain't gonna do it because I don't know. You done talk yourself out of it. I'm guilty of that. Saying yes to the call also meant better discipline. I've always struggled with discipline, but I knew, listen, I'm gonna do it thus saith the Lord. I told y'all that in the video from last year. So doing what thus saith the Lord, just better be ready. You gotta let go of all control. Your feelings, discipline over feelings, baby. I don't feel like it, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't want to, but I'm gonna do this. And I can't say that I was consistent every day, because I do write my prayers down and stuff in my journal. But baby, when I wasn't writing prayers in that journal, baby, I was praying. Because it's sustaining. I know, I see now the difference with God and without God. And I ain't never going back. I don't care what it looked like, what it means to anybody else. I'm never going back to that. I'm going to continue to work out my soul salvation. Let's journey together if we gonna journey. And journeying with me means we're walking together, we're growing together. Want nothing unequally yoked. I've had enough of it. Can't go back. I cannot go back to that. That's what saying yes to the call looks like. I can't do that no more. As bad as my flesh might want to, my spirit says no. And I'm okay with it. Another thing about saying yes to the call meant saying no to things that I was okay with at one point in time. I've allowed people to, I don't know. The God always been in me. Okay? I just tapped into it. I just tapped into him. And it's like saying no to the things that I once would say yes to, whether that became how people treated me, how I reacted, how, it was just being around things that I didn't want to be around, that I would usually just go. No, I said no, and I did not go to those. I didn't go spaces that I did. When God told me to go, I went. But if it was a thing where it was like months before, I'm like, no, I'm not going. I'm not going. And when the time comes and I still feel like, no, I'm not going, I'm not going. Because I'm supposed to be there. And whatever is going to go on, it's not meant for me to be there. So saying no to things that I once said yes to was a major theme for saying yes to the call. So major themes for me with my saying yes was discipline versus feelings, saying no to things that I would say yes to, letting go of control, and learning to be silent. People was running narratives saying she mad, she faking, how long she gonna do that, and I've been quiet. Now, before early in the year, because this is a year, 12 months. Earlier in the year, oh no, I'm posting subliminals. Because see, God working on me. He working on me. So I'm posting subliminals right back at you. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're saying. Hey, that little stuff you said, it got bad to me. I'm going to check it. That was me. But then over the course of time, I started realizing, let me go and get y'all up out of here for a little while. But y'all ain't posting these type things no more. So then I realized, oh yeah, that was a trigger. They were trying to trigger me to get me out of character so that they can run with that nasty narrative. But I'm debunking the narrative. Baby, this ain't for fate. How long she gonna do it? For the rest of her life, you should try it. Why she feel like that? God made me feel like that. God made me who I am. And if you don't understand it, that's on you. But see, me, and on this journey, I got to know myself, and I got to love myself, and I'm who God called me to be. When I think about what actually changed, my motherhood definitely changed. Me and my son, I'm so thankful to God. My peace, I am at peace. I can honestly say that things have become so much clearer to me over the course of this year. I respond differently to things. I'm not letting it take me out my... Now, sometimes if you catch me wrong, I might just, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I respond in better ways. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not doing that, miss. If you're not bringing it up, oh well, I'm praying for you. I pray for you. You pray for me. That's all I got for you. I don't care. I don't want to hear about people's business. I ain't with all that gossip stuff. How we gonna help? If we ain't gonna help, what we talking about it for? Why? Before, what's going on? What they got going on, girl? Not laughing at people's stuff, but I was in the midst. My boundaries changed. I said no to things. No. This the last time you're ever going to make me feel like that. And I'm standing on it. How you take it is how you take it. But as for me, no. You no, you don't get to do me like that no more. Woke now. I've settled and tolerated a lot of things from people, from family. Like, no, 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 no. I'm sorry that I allowed you to think that you could treat me that way, that you could handle me that way, but you cannot. And your access has been denied. But I'm praying for you. I am praying for you heavily, heavily praying for you. My desires changed. I it all tie in together. I don't desire to do that. I don't desire to be around people who have a history of making others feel small. No, you can't do that to me. I ain't gonna be around it. I don't desire to be around people who have shown hatred in their heart for years. Baby, I'm love. God is love. I'm love. I move in love and I move in grace. I'm not sitting around your mean spirit, ugly self. No, I'm not being around that. I don't feel comfortable with that anymore. And that's what that came from me looking in the mirror. That came from me analyzing. That came from me spending time with God because he going to get you right. And if they ain't right, he going to get them gone. They remove a prayer word every time. And also what changed for me is my purpose became clear. My purpose and my voice became so much clearer. I've always been a person that liked to talk. Now I'm talking that talk because my mind has been renewed. So my purpose became so much clearer. And I've always, God, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? And it's like, sit with me long enough and I'll show you. So yeah, I sat with him long enough and he showed me. And I'm not giving up on my purpose because it ruffles the feathers of someone else. No, absolutely not. And the decision to follow Jesus came with fruit that I didn't even expect. Like, my relationships with my family start changing with my friend. Like, we be, sister, pray for me. And I get in that field. My mama, she's still grieving. My family, we're still grieving. But the dynamic has shifted because I know how to get in the field now. I know how to get into word, and I know how to go to war for my family, for my friends. My relationships have changed. People who I thought would always be around are no longer around. And I can't even say that I thought they would always be around because that removal prayer worked. So it was always, God, if these people ain't for me, please just remove them. And then they would do something. It was like every time. And this family, they would always do something. They not knowing that I prayed that, but I'm knowing and I see it. And then it's like now that I'm older and now that I'm fully walking with Christ, boundaries come with that. No, new courage. You're not doing, no thank you. Like I started letting go of validation. Like I was always, well, I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to say this. What if they, I don't care. If God tell me to say it, I'm saying it. And I'm going to meditate with him to make sure that he telling me to say it. Because I'll never want to speak wrong on the behalf of God. No. I don't play like that. No. So letting go of validation, that has been like, I don't care. Sometimes, maybe, because it's an everyday thing. It's every day we're working this thing out. So sometimes, maybe. But for the most part, I began, if you hear a word, catch that word. And if it hits you, ouch. Also a fruit was that I began to trust God. And trusting him replaced my anxiety. And I'm not saying that every day, like, I don't have no anxiety. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that now I know where to go when those feelings come up. I know who to run to. I know even if God, just please help me. I feel so anxious right now. God, please just help me. I'm feeling and whatever I'm feeling. And when I tell you, he come through quick, fast, in a hurry. For he is. So Those have been what I'll say are the pros, because the fruit speak. The fruit speak. The person watching this, whether you are battling on saying yes, or you've already said yes and you're feeling discouraged, or you are really questioning your faith journey, I want to tell you this: do it. Say yes. Get to know him for yourself. For yourself. Get to know him for yourself personally. Develop a personal relationship with God. Going to church every Sunday, that's cool. But if it ain't no inner work, if you're not directly if you're not in that word, get into that, because that's how you get to know him. You got to study his word. You got to study what he said. You got to listen. You got to embrace the silence so he can speak. Remove the clutter. Remove the chaos. And it ain't easy. It's not going to be easy. But it is so worth it. It is so worth it. I've never felt as loved as I feel. I've never felt as seen as I feel. I've never felt as protected, provided for. This year has not been easy. Not been easy. Money been tight. Things ain't always been right. But what I can say is that God provided for me from last year until this year. And I'm still here. So I still got purpose. And you're still here. So you still got purpose. So if you're thinking about it, do it. Try Jesus. He liked it. He really liked it. Encourage you. Say, yeah. God, I surrender. God, I don't want to do this thing like this no more. God, take me out the way. God, show me how good it can get. God, change me. Create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit in me. Think about my life before surrendering to God and me now. I love it. I love it. It's worth living. It makes life worth living. And that's coming from a person who didn't want to live. I did not want to be here. But obedience is a process. It is not about performance, y'all. We, in this day and time, it's all about performance. I don't care what it look like, baby. If he pruning me, he pruning me. I might dress it up. I might. But if I don't, oh well, this is about me and God. This ain't about what it look like to nobody else. To nobody else. I don't care what you think. How it's personal. It ain't personal, but it's personal. End the year perfect, but I'm still here and I'm a lot better than I was. So that counts for something. It has been recorded. And I am so thankful. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to God because I've literally watched him show up for me. There were days like, man, I don't know what we gonna eat. I don't got no money. I just paid my bills, and my best friend, I would look, check outside, and it's a grocery order. She done sent me some groceries, or my mama helping me, like just stepping in. But most of the time, because I'm not a person that likes to ask, God allowed them to show up and me not even have to ask. Like, even when I went back to school, because I went back to school this year and I finished the semester with all A's, 4.0 GPA, would not have been so without God. I was always a person who believed I can't work and go to school. My job started working with my school schedule. And even the way that I went, like, I applied for school. I didn't do nothing else. I applied and it was the ain't sent no transfers. I ain't do nothing else. Probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe before school started, the advisor called. I want to get you registered for class. I'm like, I don't even know if I can go. I mean, I have missed financial aid up. But I was able to. And then it was like, well, financial aid's not going to cover it. You're going to have to pay out of pocket if you're going to have to go. I ain't have no money. And I'm like, God, I need $2,000 by this date. I don't know how you going to do it. But if I'm supposed to be in that school, I'm going to be in that school. And I'm going to trust that. It happened. And I was able to go to school and finish with a 4.0 GPA in my job. I ended up getting a new position. I was quitting my job. I wasn't going to tell them people nothing. End of this year, I've been on vacation because I put these days in months ago. Because I was quitting. I wasn't going back. God blessed me with a new position, off on Tuesdays, the day I go to school, the day I do this podcast. Tell me God ain't real, and I'll tell you that you're a liar. He's real, for I can feel him in my soul. And this has been the best decision of my life, and I'm so thankful. And I encourage you, get to know him. For real, y'all. Go into the new year without him. Get to know him. Oh, yeah. This is what following Jesus looked like for me. I can't wait to hear your story. I can't wait to hear what it looks like for you. So I'm looking forward to that. Drop some in the comments if this message helped you, touched you, encouraged you, whatever it did for you. And I'm praying for you always. And I love you. And 2026 will be the best year of my life. Because I know who to go to. When it's good, when it's bad, it's ugly. Thank you for watching. We'll be back. I don't know when we're coming back. But we will be back with another Talk That Talk with Coop. And I love you. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed. That's my thing for you. 2026, I pray that you're blessed. I pray that you're prosperous. And I pray that God intervenes in your life. For you, for your family, for your children, for your spouse, your significant other. I pray that God does his big one for you. And I pray that you take the time to genuinely build a connection with him. And I'm going to finish this podcast by saying, God, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Thank you. We're out. Until 2026, y'all.
Familiar, they will haunt you, they will kill you, keep you hostage. King will heal you before him, adore him. He will give you everything.